driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the Slimy Bastards. Take it away, Jason and Adam.
Are you tired of losing your pit mat at a race? Well, get a hold of 44 Productions. They can customize your team logo, number, name, whatever you want on that pit mat. So get a hold of Tanner or Kelsey at 44 Productions. We're in Boone, Iowa tonight. It's hotter than fuck out.
It is extremely warm, yes.
Your water truck's driving by, Adam.
I could use that right now.
But real quick, I want to say thanks to everyone that's been following us and hitting us up on Facebook and TikTok and everything. We've had a lot of good positive feedback on the show and everything. And so thanks for following, listening. You can find us anywhere on the podcast downloads. You our guest today last week after seeing him race here in Boone. We got 14-year-old Gage Hillgenberg. Joining us, 14 years old. He's right now the National Rookie of the Year points leader. That's pretty impressive. So welcome to the show there, Gage. We got his dad here, Tony. And welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I think I gotta take the first question. So is it more fun when you were racing or watching him race?
A lot more fun watching him. Easier on me.
It's funny you say that because a couple of weeks ago, I'm really good friends with the Jaegers and all that out in Wyoming, and we were out there for my dad's memorial race, and we were sitting down. We did a podcast with Tanner Black and Ricky Alvarado, and we were talking about father sons now growing up and taking the reins, and Tanner made up a valid point about how excited Justin gets when his boys are running well, and Braxton won last night, but Justin was racing with him too. But you kind of feel that same way though?
It was pretty overwhelming last weekend watching them lead the whole feature. And
I know you were pretty amped up when I came down here last weekend and met you for the first time. And
we had a very good week last week.
Yeah. And for you, Gage, are you were running a mod light last year, right?
Mini mods.
Mini mods. So jumping into this, how was it?
It was a lot faster and a lot more cool than the mini mods were.
Yeah. And when you got into the car, were you like, oh, hell yeah, this fucking thing's going to move?
Yeah, it was a lot different than mini mods because you actually have to like hit the brakes and like control the car to throw it into the corner and stuff. But in mini mods, you just had to drive it into the corner. Gotcha. You did really well last weekend. I mean, that for coming here to Boone and racing the way you have, you're going in the right direction. Do you get frustrated? I know last weekend you were a little frustrated, and look, the dad shaking his head. Yes, he's got to calm his shit down a little bit. But
he's got an attitude.
Well, sometimes you need that, I think, though, to go fast around here.
That's true.
When you're not at the track and you guys live in Waukee, Iowa, which is just on the outside of Des Moines, what do you do?
I'd like to hang out with my cousins and I play iRacing a little bit.
Okay. You got the whole setup?
A lot of iRacing.
Do you think that helps?
I don't know. I think so. I don't think it's the same, but.
Do they have Boone on that iRacing or no?
It's like the big tracks.
Knoxville is the closest one, I believe they have.
Okay. Because they run modifieds on it, though, don't they?
UMPs.
Okay. So that's pretty much what you do is just play video games, racing and that?
Usually just iRacing. I don't play many other video games. So.
Gotcha. Are you out for any sports?
I did wrestling last year and football last year, but
nice.
I'm not going to do football this year. I don't think.
Just wrestle?
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead, Adam. I know you're biting at the tongue here.
I know, really.
He gets all antsy here. If he doesn't start talking, this motherfucker gets squirmier than a snake. And
that's what I went to school for. I'm good at it. So I know it's early in the year, but are we thinking about moving up anytime, or are we going to stick with sport mods for a while?
Sport mods for a while, unless like anyone gives us like an offer for me to race in a car or something when I get good.
You know, it's funny you say that. We had that really good conversation with Braxton and Bryson Yeager, and Braxton started out in a sport mod before he jumped up into the A mod. But Bryson, his younger brother, just went from the little carts right into an A mod, and they both had pretty much different opinions on it. But there is a big difference. Are you kind of hesitant, Dad, to throw him in an A mod right now, or?
That is what I started out in.
Really?
I've never raced anything before in my life, and I bought a modified.
Yeah. And how long did you race?
I started. So first, I bought my first car when I was 18, and it was never ran. I think I made it a lap like every race, and something broke, so I just sold it all. And then, so that would have been 1998.
Okay.
99, and I sold everything. And then I actually bought a brand new car in 2009, and I started full time from 2009 till last year.
And then what tracks would you run all over, or
just Boone and Stewart?
Okay.
Sometimes Marshalltown.
Okay, so just locally and
yeah.
all that.
I was never that good.
Yeah. So the younger one here is showing you up already.
He has done everything.
Do you think some of that?
Done.
Do you think some of that had to play though of him watching you and doing all that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
He's always been a track guy. He loves the racing.
Yeah.
He likes working on the cars.
Yeah. See, now this is where it's going to be. He's 14 now. All the gals are going to be coming into play here.
There you go.
He's shaking his head, but then
you'll have to do all the work because he'll be out on dates all the time.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah.
You got that new toter,
Yeah, that's got that new toter. We got to spruce that up here, though.
Yeah.
It's not up to my par yet.
Yeah,
so there you go. You can bring all kinds of girls out to the races because you got a big toter now.
There you go.
You keep on doing like what you did last week. That's going to be no problem here before long.
That's right.
So are you guys planning on like traveling around here now soon, or what's your?
So that was our goal at the beginning of the year, because our goal was the Rookie of the Year points, and it's difficult around here because we race. I think 2 weeks ago up here we had 37 sport mods,
right?
And to even make the feature is a feat in itself, and then to do good in the feature is also very difficult. I know a lot of the other people, they race out in Colorado, Nebraska, and they race 10, 12 cars a night. So we thought about going and trying to do some trophy chasing, but I think he's learning more around here with the more cars. Not saying better competition. The competition out here is very stout.
Right. And you could go anywhere. Like even when we're in Wyoming, everyone says the place, if you're going to come race, you need to race around Iowa and Minnesota, Nebraska. And
that's why everybody moves to the Midwest.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard that from many different people from many different tracks, that if you want to race the best, you come.
So we thought about traveling and going to the 10 cars a night, get good track points. But then I think we got away from that. We're having success around here.
Sure.
So I don't see any need to travel.
Why ruin a good thing that you got going on?
And if we miss a night, that's track points.
Right.
And we're sitting pretty decent in track points too. So
now, this winter, like in January, Adam, that they run down there in Arizona, the Winter Nationals and all that. Is that something you guys would look at maybe going down to doing and all that?
We would be interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always the first 2 weeks or first full weeks in January.
And that's in Mojave Valley there, I believe, isn't it?
It's at Copacabana Speedway. I'm not sure.
Which is, I haven't been there. My dad used to always go there and with blacks and all that. But that's a hell of a track. And
we were going to go there the beginning of this year, but with him being a rookie, driving all the way to Arizona,
you don't know,
a brand new car that he's never driven before, I didn't think that.
So now that you see what he's doing,
now that I see what he's doing, it might be a different story.
Right. That's one track I definitely want to get to.
Absolutely.
Just because it's a cool track from what everybody talks about, and you're in January in Iowa, you ain't doing much here.
You're sitting in front of the fireplace, so each will be racing.
Well, Gage will be wrestling, but So, do you enjoy wrestling?
Yeah, it's fun.
Do you?
Yeah, he gets pretty aggressive wrestling.
So we live up in Northwood, and I grew up in Clarion. I don't know if you guys know where that is.
Sure.
Clarion was actually really stout in wrestling when I was growing up, and even still somewhat to this date. My 2 nephews actually went to state in wrestling. My one nephew was ranked number 1 in the state his senior year and didn't lose a match his whole senior year, and then got down to state. And for whatever reason, I don't know why the fuck this happened, but he was ranked number 1, but they placed him as a number 3 or number 4 seed at state.
Oh wow!
So he's on the other side of the bracket. He won his first match. Second match, he lost by a couple points, and then he ended up placing 7th. But I follow wrestling pretty well, especially with college and all that. But that's cool. You're into that. Is that you gonna? What grade you in, Gage?
I'm going in the 9th.
9th grade. So a freshman in Waukee there.
He doesn't go to Waukee. He lives with his mom.
Okay.
It's a really small school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better than
Where's that at? Or where?
Pleasantville.
It's out by Knoxville,
Oh, okay.
about 10 miles away from Knoxville.
Do you go down to the sprints there?
I've only been to the sprint car track about once to watch sprint cars, and we went down there to watch late models last year.
We don't like sprint.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
So, Gage, what's one thing you enjoy about driving in this series right now?
Just racing with other people. It's fun. I like just like going up to the top, and at the beginning of the year I wasn't really liking the top of the track. I just tried to stick down to the bottom, but now I'm having a lot more fun like trying to get up to the top of the track and
moving around, seeing what works for you.
So do you think the cushion works more here, or is it more on the bottom?
it kind of depends on the night.
Definitely depends on the night.
So you're racing in Marshalltown too, right? And then Stewart. So out of all those 3 tracks, which one is your favorite?
At the beginning of the year, it was Marshalltown, but Boone's starting to get a little bit better, and Stewart's probably 2nd place. I can't really decide with Boone and Marshalltown.
Yeah, so
we have discussions about this. I don't want. He didn't want to come back to Boone the first night. Never coming back there. I'm like, no, we are. We're just you got to keep digging at
right.
it. And now he's learning how to drive the track.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love Boone now. I love Boone.
Are you guys going to jump up and do like the Night of 1,000 Stars in that series with the Clash of the Harris or anything like that?
I don't know. See, I work at night.
Okay.
So it's very difficult for me
to
take off a night. And Stewart runs on Wednesdays usually. Yeah. So I've been taking a lot of vacation.
Yeah.
And I'm running out. I'm running low.
That Harris Clash is just a different animal anyway up there.
It's a cool track. It
is really cool.
Yeah. Oh, definitely in our thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. I think as time gets going, you guys are going in the right direction you're starting to turn some heads and getting people gathered around. And you've seen this last week of more people coming around to your pits and all that. Yeah. And so just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Yeah. He impressed some people last year, and that's how we are in the sport mod this year. He started winning in the mini mods up over at Stewart, and the guy messaged me on Facebook and said, I want your son in one of my cars next year. And now here we are.
Right.
Then would you mind saying who that is? Or?
Yeah, his name's Cole Ferguson. He builds the Excalibur race cars.
Okay.
I think we got 3 cars out there right now.
Oh, wow. So does he take everything care for you guys and do?
He does a lot of my setup work.
Nice.
He's one little phone call away.
Yeah.
Always answers.
Does he come out to the track quite a bit?
He comes out to the track and helps.
Yeah.
And if I got something major, we got in a wreck at Stewart on Sunday. One Sunday, got the panhard bar mount knocked over on the chassis, and I texted him that night. He said be at the shop at 8:00 in the morning. Had it fixed and went racing that Monday.
Cool.
At Stewart.
So did he used to drive then, or
Yes, he still does.
Okay.
He has a USMTS car.
Okay. So he's probably down in Kansas and everything. Is that
he just races mostly Webster City and Mason City.
Oh, okay.
Just a local.
Yeah.
Local.
Yeah.
Late model or USMTS. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's we're only about 20 minutes away from Mason City. Adam will be up there tomorrow night selling popcorn.
We've been there with the mini mod. Last year we went 2 or 3 times, 4 times.
I liked it there.
Yeah, that was fast.
Fast.
Mini mods floating around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go to Mason every week when it was IMCA. Now that it's USRA, we don't go as much. But
Yeah.
we try to get there 3, 4, 5 times a year.
Your popcorn sales were down too. He used to sell popcorn up there. And
We thought about going. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago for that $10,000 sport mod show.
uh-huh.
That was a good race. We were
Was it a
there.
good race?
Yeah. Colby
Colby
Fett.
Fett, my buddy.
Colby Fett won, yeah.
He won that.
And he's going to join us here in a couple of weeks on
Cool.
our show.
Whenever we
Him-
get to, whenever
Yeah,
we get
him
to
and his
the
brother.
Yeah.
It's a funny way I met that guy. My brother-in-law used to race the sport mod out in Idaho. And when I moved back to Iowa here, I worked for Best Buy and I was selling cell phones. And I was the supervisor over the cell phone area. And he came in and was looking for a phone. And anyway, he said he needed something durable because he raced. And so right away we started talking, and come to find out he actually knew who my brother-in-law was out in Idaho. And we just built off of that, and I've known him kind of since then. But yeah, him and his brother will be joining us here in a couple
Nice.
weeks.
Yeah, they're good kids.
Yeah,
Probably one night when we go to Brit or Elgona, wherever we decide
Yeah.
to go.
wherever.
They're at
Or-
both, but
Yeah, whenever I pick up Adam off the side of the road, I just float with it.
Yeah.
But Gage, so what's your big plan here now? What's something you want to achieve? Obviously, you're going after Rookie of the Year. What's one thing what else do you have your eyes set on that you want to?
I want to make the show at Super Nationals, or
That's a cool goal.
yeah.
I want to like win some type of big race or go down to like a big track like the Duel in the Desert or something like that.
Yeah. So the Duel in the Desert, I was out there a couple of years, and that's a whole different ball game out there.
Looks like it.
And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But guys bitch and moan, but you're gonna have that at everywhere you go with the track and all that. But yeah, it's a cool experience out there, and it's really different too because everything's pavement. So that's what guys back west, when they come out here to race here in Iowa and that, or Minnesota or wherever, you're pitting on grass. And they're not used to that. Like when we were in Wyoming, it's all on dirt.
Everything
and
was dirt or paved.
dusty or whatever. And Adam was bitching the whole time because his feet are getting dirty. But
I'm used to racing back here where it's grassy. Yeah,
but that's a cool goal to have. The Super Nationals. I hope you do well in that. Are you guys pumped to run that?
Oh,
then?
yeah,
Or?
that's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
It's one of our only vacations, and I just camp up here all year. I've done it since I've been 18 years old, I think.
Yeah. So my dad was a legend at one of them Boone Nationals one day, and he made a name for himself with the announcers and all that, but that's a whole different party scene.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
There's a party during the Super Nationals?
Well, evidently you're in the wrong pit area then.
Well, I think it's at my pit. That's why I don't remember.
But
well, if you don't remember, we'll come down here this year. If
Yes.
you're not having a party, we'll go find one.
I hope you like apple pie.
we can deal with that.
Apple pie and blueberry pie. It's
Blueberry, huh?
Blueberry.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
it's
one.
better than the apple.
No, I've never had the blueberry.
You haven't had the blueberry?
Blueberry,
yet? Uh-uh.
The blueberry was a hit last year.
Really?
Yes.
Do you make that yourself or?
My cousin does.
Okay.
So what's exactly as apple pie? It's just blueberry?
Yes.
Or? Oh, okay.
Yep. And it's very, very delicious. And then he makes a caramel apple too.
Oh, that caramel apple
The
sounds
caramel
good about
apple
right
is-
now.
My dad's
Caramel apple is
dad's had the caramel apple. He said that's the greatest thing you'll ever
Yeah.
have.
That's why
it
he was
was. So it started with the apple, and then I went to the caramel apple, and then I had the blueberry. I'm like, wow, I don't know.
Just keeps getting better.
It's hard to pick.
That night out in Wyoming, the first night out there racing, we couldn't find his dad, and I was like, "Where the fuck is his dad at?" And come to find out, he's out there trying to wrangle up some fucking antelope. And that caramel, that must have been what he was drinking that night, huh? No, we actually, our Tanner Black won that race.
Yeah.
My dad's memorial race, and if you see our picture up here, my dad's with Tanner at one of the races that he won in that.
Nice.
But anyway, it meant a lot for Tanner and for our family that he won that. But have you ever heard of Blanton's?
Yes.
Well, I had a rare bottle of Blanton's that I took out there with me, and we started passing that around to all the pits and that, and it got all drank that night. But then I filled the bottle up with the dirt from the track, and so it was
really cool.
Yeah,
Memento.
yeah. But have you ever had that Blanton's though?
I haven't. I'm not a big whiskey.
It's really, really smooth. It's better than the Crown.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that said it was smooth, but it tastes like cough syrup. So I don't.
Well, it's all in value of opinion, but I think Jägermeister is the best there is.
Ooh,
but
that's rough.
So yeah, Gage, you're learning a lot here. 14
learning all
years
about
old
alcohol.
Yeah.
I get yelled at. We're gonna have another.
Yeah. So Gage, now that you've been running, how many races in the sport mod have you done already?
I think we're
15.
15.
Have you had anyone give you any hell or raise any cane with you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Keep it pretty clean.
Yeah.
He's trying. He's. There's a lot of people out there saying he's got a lot of respect. He's
Right.
very clean for
the age and all that. Yeah.
He's very respectful and
Yeah.
looks like he's been doing it for a long time. People say.
Well, Jeremy Mills has a couple big guys that run around with him, and I think if you want, we could bring them over here for protection in case all hell breaks loose one night.
We got some big in that camp. We got some big bodyguards. It's all right.
Not you, Adam, but
No,
other guys.
I just stand behind the big guys. Let them.
He starts crying when you swat a fly. But
Jeremy gets a little aggressive.
Well, appreciate you guys coming on. I know it was kind of last minute but I wanted to get you guys on just because
This is an awesome experience. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be down here for the Super Nationals probably I think we were talking at the end of the week, kind of just because of the way our work works out. I don't know about
I was
that,
thinking
but
maybe Wednesday through Saturday, maybe, or Thursday, whatever. Probably more for stock cars and modifieds.
But
our goal is make it in Monday, and then we have the rest of the week off.
Yeah, that
is our goal.
900 other people.
Yes.
It's tough to do. Because it's luckily by the draw, and then you gotta, and that's what's probably nice. You'll know that track inside and out a lot by then too.
I happened to look it up last year. There was like 260 some sport mods here.
Wow.
For Super Nationals. So take 260 cars. You're trying to find 33 to go race. So if you make it, it's just a big deal.
I think you got the potential to do it, Gage. I really do. You're a hell of a driver, and I was pretty impressed by what you did last week, and that's why I was telling your dad too. So I appreciate you guys coming on, and then
I had Facebook message after Facebook message after the 100 of people that came down here to the pits last week, and it's been a crazy week.
And
still.
If things go well tonight, you're going to have to get like caution tape up and around just to have a meet and greet session going on of
VIP line.
Yeah.
So we picked the toter up last Sunday, and I took a picture of it and was driving home, and the first person that commented on it was Troy Shute.
Okay.
Todd Shute.
Yeah, that's his dad, right?
His brother.
His brother, okay.
He says, next up's the merchandise trailer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ask him to break out the checkbook.
And then Ricky Thornton Jr., he's like, where's the stacker trailer? I'm like, yeah.
So do you guys have shirts and stuff?
They are in the making.
They're in the making. Okay.
Yep,
so if people want to come down, they can come down in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, you got your hero cards. You've been passing them out and all that.
That's been a big hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son really enjoyed his. He went and put it right in his bag so he could get it home tonight.
My little daughter, she's 7 years old. In fact, she's in the same grade as Adam's boy, and same school and everything. And when I told her who I was interviewing and that, and I told her how old he was, and she actually wanted to come down and do jump on just to ask a couple questions, just because of he just wanted to meet you, you know what I mean, and ask you some things. But that's cool, that's the neat thing about this, of bringing in younger kids into the sport. That's going to keep this thing going.
Yeah.
And that's why we're even doing this too, just to
kind of help get us.
Yeah, help out, but also bring more awareness to getting fans down to the pit to interact and see the behind the scenes, or hear some of the behind the scenes of what goes on, because you're only seeing the driver in the car.
Yeah.
Until you come down and experience the pit action and all that, you're not really going to know any of that, right?
Yeah.
And so this is kind of that other side of that kind of helps out.
3 nights we've been racing, I've had him over in his driver's suit, get over to the grandstands,
Yeah.
hand out them hero cards, make some friends, make some.
Yeah, because eventually all of them are going to come down and then support you.
Yes.
And next thing you know, they're wearing your shirts and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of drivers that are different out with the helmet on and off. So
Yeah.
we'd like to get the other side of it without the helmet on.
Yes, everybody's welcome down here. We're friendly people.
Yeah, and you're very approachable, and so is your son. When I came up last week, and we had a good conversation last week, and
Until he got grumpy after the heat race.
yeah, well, that happens. Though,
Did okay in the future though. Yeah.
yeah. Slam a
Well,
coke.
mad.
It's a little mad, yeah.
I won the heat race, but deck height a little bit too high.
Yeah.
Well, that's a learning deal too. Of at least it wasn't at the Super Nationals,
Right. That would have been heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Would have been heartbreaking if he would have won last week and got
right.
docked 2 spots.
Yeah,
I
But
might have had something to say then. but
we would have been seeing you heading out.
Yeah.
You're not welcome
He
back.
might have been picking me up in Boone County.
So where did you actually finish then when they docked you? Fourth. Okay.
And that was in the heat, wasn't it?
That was in the feature.
Oh, in the feature,
Yeah.
because you came in what, second?
Came in second, side by side with
Yeah,
Kalen Lopez.
yeah,
Nice
You
little-
got passing like the last
It was right in
last
or 2
lap.
laps or something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
taking the white flag, got
Okay.
passed, and then was side by side taking the checkered flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I threw it in the last corner a little bit deep.
He threw it in deep trying to push it, and
I had to slam on the brakes a little bit so I didn't hit him.
Oh, that's okay. Jerry's always talking about those white castles off
White
4.
Castle,
It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
I had the IMCA TV on the computer, and I've been infatuated watching that race for some reason.
Yeah. Well,
Just hearing Jerry talk, and the second half of the feature, every caution, Jerry would bring out a stat,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
Gage was involved in it, and then he'd bring out the national rookie points leader. And
Who, by the way, who was the youngest to win that in a sport
I
mod?
am
Do you
not
know?
even sure. And I was curious who the youngest to ever win a feature here at Boone would be.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
I thought about that. I'm like, man, if he would have won, would he have been the youngest?
Was
Like-
it Malakote?
It was probably Isaac, I
Probably.
would say.
I
Yeah. I'd say.
Yeah.
How old would he have been though?
17, 16, 17.
16 probably.
So you have a couple years yet. But yeah, I'd say either Isaac or maybe Logue. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know when he started.
I don't know either.
I could tell you a fun stat here with our podcast show. We've had 5 or 6 guests on now.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
The Jaegers, Slade Pitt, Taylor, Opine, and Tanner Black and Ricky Alvarado.
Right.
Of all them drivers, after they've done the podcast with us, all of them have won a race except for 2 of them. Kevin Opine hadn't won a race in 5 years?
Oh, he has now, but yeah.
No, I mean,
but
before
yeah,
that.
when he did it, it'd been 4 or 5 years since he'd won. But
Yeah.
he'd also had a 30-year-old race car, so that's totally different.
But
yeah.
him. But since then, only Slade Pitt and Taylor hasn't won a
Right.
race.
Yeah, everyone
So
else is
that's
at least-
She was coming hard last week, though.
yeah, yeah. She moved up
She's-
really
yes,
good
yeah.
until she got railroaded there at the end of.
yeah, someone ran
I think-
her over.
No,
Yeah.
I think she drove in a little too hard into 1 and 2.
I thought, okay, maybe it was.
She pushed pretty hard, and like, whoa, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's a cool. So we wish you the best of luck, Gage, and
So to keep that tradition, you have
Yeah.
to go in tonight.
yeah. Well,
Not like any pressure or anything.
anytime in the next, because it's been averaging about every a couple weeks after the podcast is recorded is when they won.
Well,
Yeah.
see, and tonight's going to be a little different than last week because we had a bad points average last week, so we got to start on the front. We got
Oh.
a good points average this week, so I'm going to say we're going to be
You
third
kind of
row,
in the middle of the pack.
third row for the heat race, and if we
But
make
on the
the
other
end
side
third-
of that, would you rather have them do that now and learn that of driving into that before you get into
I mean,
the
'cause
nationals? Of
when we first started, I started them on the tail every race. Like,
Sure.
Until you can pass cars and pass them clean, we're not starting on the front.
yeah. Well, I wish you seriously. I know I've said it a lot, but you guys are good guys,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
we'll have to have you on at the Super Nationals. We'll have you in, and
There
by
you
that time, we'll have this air conditioner working, and
It's not
he's
bad
over
in
there
here, really.
sweating already. Tony's ready for a beer. I'm drinking a Busch Light. He's over here just eyeing me up.
I got a whole cooler full. They're
So do you know the guys you're racing in national points or for rookie points? Do you know any of them, or are they all from all over?
I
Most
think
of
the
them from
second place
Nebraska.
kid is from Colorado.
I thought you said he was from Nebraska because they
No.
raced with Jay and them.
He's from Colorado, but races in Nebraska.
Okay, what's the name?
Hunter Smith.
Is that we were talking to Slade Pitt on the way down here? Is that who he was talking about? Do you remember?
I don't
He was
remember what
talking about some Colorado boy that was doing really well, and
in the sport line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably Hunter.
Probably, yeah.
He came
I
up
think
from,
that
he's raced hobby stock for a couple of years, I believe.
okay,
So, I mean, so all the people that are in contention with Gage, they've all been racing IMCA, hobby stocks,
sure,
blah, blah, blah.
and then
for him to come up from a batwing,
right, and only 14.
And
It's
only
a hell of a
that
accomplishment.
was a big jump, and he's killing it.
Yeah.
Very, very proud.
Even if you finish in the top 5, top 10, I mean that's
I want to wear a suit and a tie though. Come November.
you don't get that out too often.
No, I don't get out that often. No.
Yeah, funeral and weddings only.
Yeah. Weddings. They're funerals.
Yeah,
So,
no,
funeral.
yeah.
That's kind of what my dad says.
Yeah.
Another funeral today.
Another funeral. So I want to be wearing a suit and tie come November at the IMCA banquet.
And they do that in Nebraska, don't
Yes.
they? Yeah. And
That's
I
in
think it's
Beatrice, right?
Omaha or
Is it in Omaha?
No, not Omaha. Lincoln.
Lincoln. Okay.
Because we used to go down there for the turkey chase
okay,
when he was racing flat carts.
gotcha.
And
I got right in those, and I did pretty good actually.
yeah,
I got
he got a free ride for flat carts down in Nebraska.
second, third, and fifth.
Yeah.
My 3 times racing the feature
Yeah.
ever in a flat cart.
Yeah, buddy of mine called me up and said, "Gage doing anything this weekend?" I said, "Nope." I said, "Get his helmet and gloves and driving suit and come down." I got him a flat cart.
Speaking of that, the guy that was pitted across from you last week, what's his name? Adam. We were talking about him on the way down here.
Oh, that Valkyrie Motors, your own, that 12 car, that stock car right over here.
Yeah,
He's got your name and number and all that because he made a comment to me, and I know he eyes up a lot of talent. And there's money there of where he's trying to find drivers and all that. And,
Well, he's got a second stock car. He's looking for a driver. I'm not saying that you guys are in line for that, but if you are, I mean, it's a possibility.
he's a good guy, and we've talked to him quite a bit, and I think we're going to get him on the show too. But
Yeah, if they show up, we'll grab them.
but
Gage's dream is a late model. That's what
yeah,
he keeps saying.
Like
I need a late model.
IMCA or like Lucas Oil or
Lucas Oil.
nice.
well, if you got Jeremy Thornton commenting on your stuff,
Yeah,
and he's doing pretty well.
He does our wraps.
Oh, does he?
Yep.
Nice.
He ships them out to me and I put them on.
Okay.
He's a very good wrap guy.
Yeah.
And Ricky's one of my good friends. So
Yeah.
when Ricky lived here, Ricky and I go golfing all the time.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, when the Lucas Oil late model was racing Stewart, we all went golfing in Adele.
Yeah. Gage and Ricky and two of his pit guys.
Is that how you got that Toters taking all their money into golfing?
I don't know if we bet. No, I don't think we
No,
bet
you-
that week. No.
No.
Well, he's got money to bet now. I mean,
Yeah.
that fucker's winning everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
he just won what last night?
Last
or 2
night.
nights ago?
Last night.
What last night?
He
Okay,
won the prelim.
yeah, five grand.
Yeah,
So,
for tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, for big
Yeah.
money
I
tonight.
think they said
Yeah.
that. I think he said the top 6 made it in.
Okay.
Or locked in for
Okay.
tonight.
I know
He-
Tanner just sent him some pit mats.
Yeah.
that he had.
I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. Who
I need to get some of them. I got a little skinny ass pit mat that
they
somebody gave me.
they're pretty cool. We seen them in Wyoming when we were there, and they're pretty cool because they put your name and
Yeah.
number and all that. But I'll get you his contact info for
Yeah.
you. And
I think we're friends on Facebook too.
yeah,
Well, we went to when we were at that Sport Mod special in Britt. Cam Reimers has got one.
oh, does he?
Yeah, and we were down there looking.
I know
at
they've
that
been
when
selling
he-
the hell out of them.
Yeah.
And
So if you want to see what they look like, Cam Reimers should be
Yeah.
here tonight.
Yeah.
He likes to show it off.
Cool.
They're cool.
yeah,
We need to get one of them and a pit lift.
yeah.
I need a pit lift.
I'm tired of jacking her
That
up.
big
and-
ass air jack that we have.
well, you
that
keep
thing's a
winning.
monster.
Who
It's like
knows?
100 pounds.
Oh shit, it's like 800 pounds.
You keep winning, you may just win one of them yourself.
There you go. Yeah.
Or get into Lucas Oil. You'll be able to afford one.
Yeah.
You'll be able to afford one.
That's probably a long time in the future.
So
if
if
I ever make
anyone,
that.
actually, if anyone's listening and you want to help Gage out, get a hold of Tony and get these guys a pit lift.
There you go.
He's
So-
tired of. He could only lift about a 12-ounce can of beer.
Oh, that's all he wants to lift
Yeah.
anyway.
That's why I got out of the racing. I let him race. No, it's fun. It's fun though.
So he wins a race, and I'm here. We're gonna have to have a couple shots, and
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there'll be a party down here.
yeah.
So.
But I wish you luck, man, and I hope you come back on later on in this year. And
Anytime.
appreciate you.
Yes.
Thanks.
It was a
Appreciate
pleasure
it.
to meet both of you.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Pit Stop Motorsports, Dirt Tracks Racing, largest inventory trackside parts service. We keep racers on the track, located in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and coming to a track near you. Check us out on Facebook at Pit Stop Motorsports. And tell Slade Pitt the slimy bastards sent you.
Driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the slimy bastards.